Hey everyone, and welcome to this new tutorial. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you a few ideas on how to set out your bass lines for funk and boogie. So for example, you've got a track and you've got a bass line and you've got a chord arrangement in the track, but the bass line's just kind of it's static, it's not really going anywhere, it's not doing a lot. So it's always good to have a variation of one bass line, one chord, and just alternate it throughout the track to keep it moving, to keep it swinging, and just to give it that lift that it desires. So here we go. I'm just going to play a little drum beat here, and I've got some chords, and I've got them in the F minor 7 and the G minor 7 and the C minor 7 chords. So it's basically just a couple of chords like that. So all it is. But the first part of the chord is just it's just the F minor in this intro section. So imagine you've got an intro, you've got a little beat, you want a little bit of a bass line in there. I'm talking like early 80s synth bass stuff. So what I've got is the OBX64 up here, and I've got a sound called the round bass. And I've just tweaked it a little bit on the resonance and the cut off, and that's all I've done to it. And it's this sound. So I've got that, and I've got some Oberheim drum patterns that I've just programmed in. So that's what we're going to be doing. So imagine you've got the little track here. You want to have some kind of bass here. So you just want to have little stabs for your intro, right? So it goes like this, look. Very simple little sort of pattern. So I'm just going to record that in. Just a very simple thing using a couple of notes from the actual chord. So if you can see there, I'm just going to tighten that up, bring that back, extend that note. Just very simple. A bit of a problem there. I've got that on when it should be on. Right there. That shouldn't be there. What are we on here? We're on the F minor. So let's get that up. That's up there. Let's take that off there and put that onto there, and then put that onto C. C sharp. C. Shorten that note a bit. Go up actually to there. Bum bum ba-dum. Put it there. So you've got an intro. So you've got a little intro bass, and then we're going to go into the next bit. So we're going to put that in there. So I'm going to have a. So what would be good here, which we could do, we could take away this last bit there and have like a glide that goes. Obviously too loud, but like that. So we're going to add that. So good. Like that. Obviously, a little bit of editing would be required in that, so got too many notes in there. Let's take out the B and put that onto B flat, and the D can go onto D sharp. Let's have a look. So yeah, take that out there, get rid of that, and that's better. And we'll break it up more so that it comes in. Put that onto the sharp of the G. That's better. So just have a little short one. Put a couple more notes in there. Put the F in that. And if we delayed that anyway, that would sound pretty cool. So if we've got that going over there, and it goes like this. And there, we've got 3 little bits in there, and all I'm doing is I'm playing the chord notes. So I'm going F, G, and C, really, pretty much like the root notes of the chords. And up to the D sharp. So all it's doing is just riding over the chords with the root notes. That's pretty cool, that is. And then repeat that again. Throw that over. And then, so imagine you've got, that's your main bass lick, right? And then what you want to do is you want to drop it down. So we're going to open up the drum. And what we'll do in the drum is we're going to lose this, let's lose the snare, just for example, and the hats. And we want to just get rid of them hats. Imagine, so it breaks down to a little section like that, yeah? Where something else is going to come in. So we keep the Rhodes going over, and then we bring back in, on this section, the flat chord, which is just basically one chord of F minor 7. So it's playing away. So you drop it down, and then you would drop the bass down as the music goes down, like this. Like that, and you would have a little pattern over there, which is minimal, to say the least, and get it, you know, drops down. So something else could come in here, you see, on a breakdown. And that's probably where you would insert something else like a lead line. Let's just do it for the sake of the tutorial. Let's get not a vintage worm, let's get Herbie's Wet Dream up, bring that up a bit, and let's have a look. Not, that's too similar, so let's change it to funk lead. Get that in there, change it to poly so we can mess about with it, bring it up. And then, let's have a look at that. So imagine this Brit. You want it to break down to something else, but you want the bass to be there. Get down octave. So, let me just get a bit of delay on that to make it stand out. And bring the volume down a bit, just pan it slightly, bit of reverb, and then you've got that slow. So there you'd have that kind of thing for that breakdown. And then when you want it to come back in again, what it would do is you would have the bass come back in quite similar to what you've done originally, but so it goes. So you have like a, and then more of an arpeggiated sort of thing, so it gives it a little bit more excitement if you're building the track up. So let's just chop that there, and let's just bring the chords back in so you've got the feel for it. So imagine it's broken down, and here we go. Like that, and you do the arpeggiated type of chord over that. So wherever that comes in, there we are, and then double click on it. And as you can see, it's like a doubled octave thing, so one octave to the next. And it just gives it a little bit more of an uplifting pace. So, you know, let's have a look at this general feel for it. So you've got an intro, you'd have a glide, you would have the main part of the bass, which is a, you know, octave to octave, and then you'd have a little breakdown here when the track drops, and then you'd go to like an arpeggiated type of bass at the end. And these are just ideas to give you, so if you get a bit stuck in the bass line, it's just the same thing all the way through. This is one way to break that up and give it different sections throughout the track. You have a little glide. So you've got different little patterns in there. And then a breakdown, a drop. I'm not doing a great deal different, just playing them in different notes. And then a big bit. So imagine there, it's building back up, and then you want to get your lead line on there again and go up with the octaves and go. And there you go. So that's just a few ideas of how to get a bass line moving and have it sounding a little bit more exciting than it would do if it was flat. So duplicate the channel, delete what we've done, and then go onto the bass settings here, stick on a load of delay, stick on some reverb, go into the settings itself of the bass, and we're going to turn it into a lead line. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the cut off up a bit, and the decay and the sustain up, like this, look. And make it into a funk lead line, so on top of the bass that we've got. So let's imagine we've got, let's play it over here and loop it here, and we're going to use the same sound but higher up the octaves and give it a bass, give it a lead line. And you can make it a chord as well, so that's a like that. So I pressed the wrong chord there, but so that's just one way of, you know, adding even more to the track by using the same sound but in a higher octave. So that's it for this tutorial. That is how you make a bass a little bit more exciting in funk and boogie and disco, obviously, as well, or even, you know, funky house, whatever you want to do. You could probably put that glide with a delay on there instead, like so. Switch delays. And we could even probably take that up another octave, perhaps, to there. That's better. You obviously get it. You had more notes as you go down. I just don't want to spend too long doing that. So there we go. That's how you do it. Hope you've taken from that, and I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget, I now offer one-to-one mentoring sessions, so check the link in the bottom of this description, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Wax of This Music. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.